welcome back. Welcome to Tuesday's writing lesson. Today, our writing lesson fits in quite nicely with the PSHE lesson for this week, which I don't know if you've looked at it yet, but it's all about meditation. And meditation is something that a lot of people use in their daily lives to help them to deal with stress, or just to turn off a little bit and spend some time in their own thoughts, relaxing, switching off their brain. And the idea of meditation is that you don't think about what's happened in the past, you don't dwell on what might happen in the future, you just focus on the present moment and try to use some time to relax and switch off and just make some time for yourself and your own thoughts. And it can be as little as 2 or 3 minutes, or it could be longer, it could be 10 to 20 minutes. Personally, I haven't really done much meditation at all in my life. It's not something I've tried very much. So I was quite interested when I saw the PSHE lesson for this week. And so today's writing kind of fits in with that a little bit, because it's another writing challenge from Lit Film Fest, who you'll know we've used before. We used some of their resources for our Reading Rocks book review. And we've done a couple of their quickfire writes. I think we did one about homeschooling and one about school uniform. So today there's a grammar lesson to do first, which is all about imperatives and adverbs. And I think we've done a grammar lesson on imperatives before, but I thought that would be really useful for writing a guided meditation, because you're giving people instructions about what to do. And then there is a short Lit Film Fest video to watch. So if you go to the Lit Film Fest link on the website, you just need to scroll down when you get there to challenge number 2, which is quite obvious because it's write a guided meditation. And you might even be thinking, well, I don't really get what meditation is exactly. And you wouldn't be alone there, because as I say, I'm not particularly experienced at it. I've not really done it before. And you might be thinking, well, what is a guided meditation? So obviously, if you watch that video, they talk you through it. They explain it to you, and they talk you through your task for today, which is to write a guided meditation. On the website, I've also put a couple of the Lit Film Fest resources. So there's a template you can use to help you with your writing today if you want to. You don't have to. And there's also quite a useful mat with language and vocabulary on it, which I know helped me when I was thinking about starting my guided meditation today. Some of the vocabulary on there was quite useful. So you can use that resource as well if you want to. And if you watch the Lit Film Fest video, if you just don't press stop as soon as it finishes, if you just leave it playing, the next video that comes on, there are some examples of guided meditation that children have written in schools, either by themselves or with groups of friends. And I imagine these were made before schools closed, before lockdown started, because obviously they're not standing 2 meters away from each other, they're sort of working together in groups. So if you're thinking, oh, what are they doing? It's probably because it was filmed a long time ago. And there are quite a few of them, I think. I haven't watched them all, but I think if you just leave it running, you can watch quite a few examples. So that will help you to understand more about what you're doing. And also, if you've already done the PSHE lesson, or you want to do that first, that's a really good idea, because the PSHE lesson, I always find that hard to say. The PSHE lesson involves actually having a go at a 10-minute meditation yourself. There's a link, I think, to a YouTube meditation that you can do. So doing one yourself might help you to know how to write your own. Once you've written your guided meditation, if you want to send it in to your teacher, that'd be great, because we might be able to use it ourselves. Help us to relax and switch off for a few minutes each day. That'd be great. So I'm just looking at my notes to see if I've forgotten if there's anything I wanted to say to you. Oh yeah, so the grammar lesson today, do that first, which is on imperatives and adverbs. And then you're going to write your own guided meditation. And I think, from what I know about them, they can differ in that some guided meditations tell you maybe how to sit, or how to lie, or how to stand when you're doing it. And then they very much focus on your breathing, thinking about your breathing and slowing your breathing down and listening to your breathing and thinking about the sound of your breathing. And they might involve some gentle sort of neck stretches, or some gentle shoulder rolls. So some meditations talk you through movement like that. Other meditations ask you to imagine yourself in a different place. So they might tell you to imagine yourself I don't know, lying on a sunny tropical beach, if that's something that you would find relaxing. Some people might hate that, mightn't they? They might think it's too hot and they're just worried about getting burned. So you might say, I don't know, imagine you are sitting in a cool forest and you can hear the leaves rustling around you. So sometimes meditations do that. They talk you through imagining yourself in a different place where you can really relax and unwind. So I had a look at the Lit Film Fest mat with all the different language, and there was quite a few rhetorical questions on there. Good old rhetorical questions. They often get us started. So I thought I might start my meditation with a rhetorical question. Because at the moment, with the way our lives are, obviously they're quite different from our normal lives, aren't they? The lives that we were living before lockdown. Sometimes it's hard, isn't it, to switch off your brain from all the messages you're getting in the news or things you're hearing adults talking about. So I thought I'd start with, are you finding it hard to switch? And at first I put mind, but then I found a nice synonym for mind on the language mat, which was thoughts, and I thought that sounded nicer. Are you finding it hard to switch your thoughts off at the moment? That's my rhetorical question to start it. I'm not going to have another rhetorical question because I think sometimes we can go a bit mad with rhetorical questions and they sound a bit over the top. So then I'm going to go straight into how you can help yourself if you're in this situation. If you feel like you need to relax, oops, remember my comma for my pause. If you feel like you need to relax, try, as my first imperative, this guided, careful with the spelling of guided, you can always have a look at the mat. I just go on meditation. If you feel like you need to relax, try this guided meditation. Now I'm going to have a dash for some extra information. It will help, what did I say at the end? It will help you to clear your mind. And again, some of these verbs were on the language mat that I've put on the website. It will help you to clear your mind and focus on the present moment. So that's my introduction to my guided meditation, and then I would actually begin telling the person I'm giving the guided meditation to what to do. So I might to say, first, make sure you're sitting somewhere comfortable and close your eyes. As you close your eyes, start to listen to your breath. I'm making this up as I go along, so I don't know how I would continue. That's just an idea of how I might get started. But your guided meditation can tell the person you're writing it for to do anything you like. So watch the video, because that will really give you more ideas. Maybe have a go at the PSHE lesson if you haven't already, because I think that will help you to know more about what meditation is. Because I think sometimes we can have quite negative connotations around the word meditation. When someone says, oh, I'm going to do some meditation, or I like meditation, you can kind of think it all sounds a bit sort of, I don't know, a bit sort of airy-fairy and wishy-washy and vague, but it's probably because we don't really understand what it is. So I think the best thing to do is watch the video so you get some ideas, have a go at the PSHE lesson, and then have a think about what would help you to relax. What helps you to relax and switch off when you're feeling a little bit tense or stressed or anxious? For me, really listening to my breathing and focusing on my breathing and slowing everything down can really help. So, but for you, that might not work at all. You might prefer to imagine yourself somewhere that's really somewhere you love to be, where when you're there you always feel happy and content and relaxed. So you could talk through imagining yourself in that place. So have a go at this today. It's something a little bit different, isn't it? Have a go, and your teachers would love to see them when you're done. Okay then, hope you have fun with this today, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.